Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Mark. This is my Dead Inventions. This is episode 2, learning the features of the game. Obviously, those of you that have been with us, we know the game that we're talking about, the game that we're going to be building on this show, and the game that we're going to be giving away is called the Money Ball. For those of you that are just tuning in, this is a game that I invented 13 years ago. This is a prototype. We're going to make a replica of this here on the show, step by step. It has two sides, Team Red and Team Blue. We're going to build it here on the show, and then we're going to show you guys how to do it, and then we're going to give it away, just like that. Alright, so this channel is all about sharing. It's all about sharing my experience. It's all about bringing you into my world of inventions and creativity, and bringing these games one by one to the surface, out of the vault, and then into this channel, and hopefully into your homes. And today we're talking about the features. Okay, as episode 2, learning about the features, and so we're gonna dive right into this because I'm excited about getting started. I'm excited about building it, but first we gotta give you guys more information about the game so you know a lot more about it. So this learning the features of the game. Again, these are all features of the game, and let me just show you real quickly. This right here is the poster board. Okay, where you put the logo. You have your entry holes. You have your exit holes in the bottom. Okay, these are your tubes. These are your keyholes. These slots right here. There's 5 on each tube, and then you have the key track, which is down here, where when someone gives you the keys, you insert it right here. You store it, and then you have your ball pits, and then these little pouches. You have your game pieces, where you have all 25 keys and the 5 balls needed to play this game. All right. So the first part that we need to learn is the poster board. The poster board is the part that I told you, that I showed you, that it's right on top. Okay, it's right here where you put the logo of the game, and it also serves as a divider, and they go straight down, all the way down from the top all the way to the bottom. Okay, it divides the team A, team red, and team blue. So when you're looking at the poster board, and you see why it was created solely at the time just for a place to put the name of the game, which was the Money Ball, because I had to put the name of the game somewhere. That was part of marketing. I was showing it to toy companies, so I wanted to promote it in a way where I could not only show my invention, which is the game, but market the name of the game, because I had patent and trademark both the component and the name itself, including the character. So I really went all out in doing the right thing and getting ready to market it and promote it, and get the interest of toy companies out there. But it didn't work out too well. So here's where we at. So when I created the poster board, I didn't realize that I was also creating a divider, which is important. It was a key feature of the game, because it gives you the little privacy of putting the boards where you want to put it, and not have your opponent see where you're putting it. Not that it matters, because it is a guessing game, but still, it created that feature, and I kind of liked that feature, and that was by accident. So, but again, this is why I talk about everything that I went through, because I want you to learn that when you're creating something, you learn things as you go along, and you're always learning new things about your game that could be beneficial, and sometimes you might take something out that you already had installed because it doesn't work with the game that you're inventing as you're building it. So you're constantly learning as you go along. So this is the poster board. Okay, so if you look at the screen, the poster board. This poster board displays the name of the game and its logo. It also serves as a divider to prevent your opponent from seeing which tubes you place your balls in, especially the money ball. So like I said, it's a dividing piece. It separates Team Red and Team Blue, and it also serves as a privacy divider. but more importantly, is where we put the name of the game. And I think that that's just as important as any feature on this game is the name of your invention, your logo. so that's that, and that's called the poster board. Okay. Now we're gonna learn the entry holes. Okay. The entry holes is what you see on the top of the game. Okay. These are the 5 entry holes, and they're on both sides. Okay. As you can see, they're on both sides of the game, and that's where you insert all 5 balls, the 4 black and 1 green. Once you've already inserted your 25 keys into the 25 keyholes on the 5 tubes provided. Very important. Okay, the tubes come, the balls get inserted afterwards. But right now we're talking about entry holes because when I talk about the features of the game, I like to go from the top to the bottom, so we're working our way down. So that's why we jump right to the entry of the hole. So when you look at your screen, the entry holes. These 5 entry holes are used to insert all 5 balls needed to play this game. Once all 25 keys have been put into place, the 5 balls, 4 black, 1 green, cannot be dropped into these 5 entry holes. Like I said, once you've inserted your keys and you created a combination for each tube, you can insert the balls on the 5 key, 1 ball for each entry hole, and then you're gonna insert the green ball on your most difficult combination that you've created, hoping that your opponent doesn't unlock that tube first. And that's the object of the game, is to create a combination that's very difficult to open up. So like I said, it's a lot of fun, and this was part of the thinking process, the creativity process, and it's just highly fun. And this stuff I decided to do because I don't know, when I invented the game, I wanted, not only I know how to play the game and know all the features, I wanted people to understand how to play the game. I didn't do this for this channel. I had did this 13 years ago. So that when if a toy company was interested and they say, listen, we'd like to know a little bit more about your games, I have all the information that could describe my game to the T. Just like that. So that's why I created all this stuff that I'm showing to you now. So always have fun with your invention. Give it as much put enough details to it. Don't be shy with that. Draft everything. Print everything out like I did. Photoshop is a great tool. I picked up Photoshop and I learned very quickly. There's so much to learn on Photoshop. You just learn the features that you need to learn to create whatever it is that you're trying to create. And that's all I did. It's so much stuff that I still haven't learned on Photoshop, but I learned just enough to do the stuff that you see here. All these designs, the logo, this thing right here. Just try it out, man. If you want to do something, just try it out, and you'll be surprised on how successful you'll be. So the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna talk about the exit hose. Okay, so the exit hose, as you can see, the entry hose on top, the exit hose are the 5 holes in the bottom at the end of the tube. Okay, those are the exit hose, and they're located in the bottom on both sides. Okay, so now when you look at the drawing that I did, you can see the pink in the bottom is the exit hose. Okay, so now if you look at your screen, exit hose, these 5 exit hoses are where all 5 balls must exit through. When a player successfully unlocks a tube, when a player unlocks a tube containing a black ball, the game continues. When a player unlocks a tube containing the green ball, the money ball, the game is over. That player wins. So if you see that the drawing, you see the black ball is going all the way down the tube and through the exit hose. Okay, so the person who obviously unlocked that one, unlocked the black ball, which is the dead ball, the game will continue. Okay, the game is only over when a player unlocks the green ball. But that's just showing you the path of where the ball exits through. That's why I did the design. Again, you do whatever you want with your games. I think that giving it um, details, visual, wording. It's good, you know, if you wanna show it to someone. Um, so that's what I did. I have a lot of fun doing it. So the next thing we're gonna talk about is the tubes, the tubes that you see on the front. So when you're looking at the game, so these are the tubes, the 5 tubes, and there's on each side you have 5 tubes on each side. Okay. These are the tubes that we're gonna be talking about. Okay. And when you look at your screen right here, I mean, on the image, you see the pic. Those are the tubes. So now when you're looking at your screen, okay, the clear tubes. The 5 clear plastic tubes are used as a path for which all 5 balls must travel through. There are 5 keyholes assigned to each tube with entry holes at the top of each tube and exit holes at the bottom of each tube. Okay, just like I said, you know, the tubes is the main component. This is where you put the keys. Is where the ball goes in. Is where you pull out the keys. Is where the ball travels when the tube is unlocked. It's just everything has to do with that those tubes right there, and that's the main creation of this whole game is those tubes. Everything else is just accommodates that. You know. Again, you know, when you're creating, man, you're just having so much fun, and I encourage people to create and just have an imagination of what is it you want, what is it you want to see, and how you're gonna make it come to life. And this is it, man. I did it, and now I'm sharing with you guys. So much fun. So the next thing we're gonna be talking about is the keyholes. Now the keyholes are exactly on the tubes. So when you're looking at, again, the tubes, let me do a close-up. These things right here are keyholes. Right here. Those are all keyholes. The keys go right into that. Okay? And there's 25 keyholes on the tubes. But also, let me show you, because we're talking about both keyholes. There's keyholes on the key track. Okay? So it's very important. You have the keyholes on the tubes and keyholes on the key track. Okay, so it's 25 and 25, and this is where you put your keys, and this is where you put the keys of your opponent when they give it to you. So those are the key holes that we're going to be talking about right here. Okay, we're going to talk about keyholes. Okay, so now if you look at your screen, there are 50 keyholes on either side of the tower, with 25 keyholes on the 5 tubes, 5 on each tube, where keys are placed and left during play until the keys are called and pulled out, plus 25 keyholes on the key track, where keys are placed after they are pulled out. Okay, and that's usually where they are stored. So your 25 keys, when you start the game, you're gonna put your 25 keys on the tubes, and then as you're playing, when you ask your opponent for a key to surrender, they're gonna give it to you in your hand, and you're gonna put it in the key track, and that's the bottom part that you see down here. Okay, that's the key track. Again, the how we play the game, that's gonna come later on, but just so that you know, that's what the keyholes are for your keys, and to store the keys of your opponent down on the key track. And those are the keyholes. All right, moving on. The next thing we're going to talk about is the inner ramp. Okay, so now when you're looking at this right here, you don't see the inner ramp because the inner ramp is inside there. Okay, it's covered. Okay, the inner ramp is where when the ball comes down, they go onto the ramp, and the ramp goes right into the ball pit, and that's where the ball comes out. All right, so you can't see it there, but here you can. Okay, and it's right there. Okay, so now when you're looking at your screen, you can see that you see how the black ball is going through the exit hole and onto the ramp, and then down into the ball pit. Okay, well, that's what the ramp is, and that's what you don't see. So the inner ramp. This hidden engram inside the tower is designed to catch the balls exiting the tubes and guide them into the ball pit. When this happens, players can easily check to see what color of ball fell into the ball pit. If they see the black ball, the game continues. If they see the green ball, the money ball, the game is over. That player wins. So if you unlock a tube and you see a ball rolling out down the tube, rolling off the ramp and into the ball pit, and you see the black ball, the game continues. And if you see the green ball, obviously, like we said, the game is over. You win the game. And if your opponent is the one that unlocks the money ball, obviously they're the ones that win. So yeah, so that's the inner wrap. That's all. And also, when you're playing the game, it's made out of wood. But the prototype is made out of wood. So when the ball drops, the ball is a marble ball. Okay, when the ball drops, the ball makes a sound, and then you hear it when it hits the wood, and you hear it rolling out, and you hear it when it falls into the ball pit. So the sound gives it a little bit of excitement of that you unlock a tube, and the ball is about to roll out, and you're gonna see if you won or not. So it creates a little of fun, a little bit of like a second drama, adrenaline. We get excited when we play. When I play, you always see the ball rolling out, always, and it's a lot of fun. You get excited. Okay, so the next thing we'll learn is the key track. Okay, so the key track is what I showed you guys earlier. Okay, this is the key track. This is where we keep the keys of your opponent. Obviously, when I did this 13 years ago, I did this wrong. This was supposed to be in red because we put the keys of your opponent, not your keys, and then vice versa. The other side, this is supposed to be blue. Okay, but again, this was 13 years ago, and I had corrected that. And then when we create the prototype that I'm going to show you guys how to build, we're going to do it the right way. I just never changed it. Like I said, you know, when I built it in 2007, and then I didn't get any success getting it out there, I just put it away and just, you know, we played with it for a while, I think for about a whole year, you know, with the kids. And every time someone would come over, I would talk about my game, and we would take it out and play with it. But you know, I never really changed it, and just noticed that recently. But again, when we create the new prototype, everything will be corrected. Everything will be the way it's supposed to be. So when you're looking at it, okay. So when you're looking at your screen, the key track system is used to keep track of all the keys you've called for and to know which ones you haven't. For example, whenever a player calls for a key and the key is given to them, the key is put here in the key track. So when a player sees a key in the key track, they know not to call for that key again. This allows the game to flow quickly and easily. So if you're looking at it, right, look at the image in the bottom, look at the pink, you're going to see the keys that are in the key track are keys 1, 4, 8, 9, 13, 15, 17, 24, and 25. What that means is that you already called for those keys. You already called for your opponent to give you those keys, and you have to store them into the key track. So when it's your turn again, and you're ready to call out for another key, you can look in the key track and see that you already called these keys, so that you don't call them again. That's how the game flows quickly and easily, and it avoids from you calling the same key twice. Okay, because you know, obviously you're gonna call for the keys that you haven't called, and that helps the process of the game, and it stores the keys so they don't get lost, as opposed to just throwing them on the table. So that was just the thing that again, when you're inventing, it was just a feature that I designed to create specifically just for that, so that the keys are not tossed on the table, so they have a place to be stored, and also so that you know which keys you've caught and which keys you haven't, because by keeping on the key track, it's visible to see exactly that, and in the process, it helps speeds up the game. It really does. And again, just like when you create the divider for the logo, it created the privacy. This created the game to speed up quickly. something that I wasn't even thinking about. I was thinking about storing the keys so that you know which keys not to call again. Um, but it served for something else. So again, I love creating. When you're inventing, you could do whatever you want. When you invent it, you can invent it, the game however you want it to be played, just as long as it makes sense. Okay, just as long as it works with everything that you've created. They, Once they all work together, it's fascinating to see how it can be built and how it could be a working prototype that could. This game could be on. This game should have been on stores. I'm sorry. This game is a really fun game because everyone that's played with it. Listen, they could have said nice things just because they know me, but everyone that's played it had a lot of fun playing with it. And when you play it more than once, I think that you're having fun. Otherwise, you wouldn't play it a second time. So I was just saying. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna learn is the ball pit. Okay, so the ball pit is this part right here, the two sides. Okay, that's where the ball. You see where the ball comes out. It comes out through this hole and it lands right into the ball pit. Okay, and each opponent's ball pit is on the right side. Okay, so when you're looking at it, okay. So now when you look at your screen, the ball pit. There are two ball pits, one on either side, with each player's ball pit located on the right side of the tower. When tubes are unlocked and balls are released, the ball pit is where they end up. When a player sees a green ball roll out and into the ball pit, that player wins. So yeah, so like I said, that's where you want to see, if you want to now, is the ball pit. When you hear a ball drop, and you hear a ball roll, and you hear a ball land into the ball pit, this is your response every time. You're looking to see if you unlock the money ball. Because if you did, you won the game. I would see if your opponent unlocks the money ball, you already know before it goes to the ball pit because you're seeing it right in front of you. Okay? It's the tube that you unlocking because they called the final key on that tube. So, but when you unlock a tube, you don't know what ball's coming out, and you have to look into the ball pit, and that's what you see. That's where you see that excitement that you won the game. Okay, so yeah, again, it's a lot of fun. Again, that was also designed to catch the ball. I didn't have to do a ball pit. I could have let the ball roll out into the table or to the floor wherever you was playing. But the ball pit catches the ball, and it keeps the ball from getting lost or from anyone chasing the ball. If you have kids playing of age that can play with small pieces, it allows the ball, the pit to catch the ball and keep it in place. Just like the key track, it keeps the keys. It keeps all of your game pieces, together. Not on the table, or on the floor, or thrown all over the place where it can easily get lost. So these were the features that I created specifically for that, and I had a lot of fun doing that. So the next thing we're gonna learn is the plexiglass. So I don't know if you noticed, but this has a plexiglass, and you can see by the reflection. Okay, the plexiglass was basically so that kids are kids. They don't pull out the tubes, or move them or shake them, or take them off of the slot. By putting the plexiglass, it keeps it protected, and it keeps it, from anyone trying to get to it. I don't know. It was just a feature that I thought was necessary. It was a feature that I added onto it, and it worked out. You just got to create additional hose to match the hose that's already on the tubes, and once you do that, then it becomes actually a good piece to keeping the whole game component intact. And I'll show you how to match the tube hose with the plexiglass. That's when we're building process. That's fun. So this right here, as you can see, The pink is the whole plexiglass. It takes the whole front panels from the top to the bottom, left to the right. Okay, it's a protective plexiglass. A plexiglass is used to protect and secure all 5 tubes and to keep them in their place during play. So like I said, it just protects them. Protects the tubes, it keeps them in place because the tubes are actually leaning on the plexiglass, or plexiglass is actually leaning on the tubes, and it keeps it, well, it's not going to move anyway because we glue it from the top and from the bottom so that they don't move side to side, but it still keeps everything intact, and that's the reason why I created the plexiglass. Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about is the keys. So let me take a key out just so you have an idea when we're talking about it of what the keys look like. So the next thing we'll talk about is the keys, and these are the keys right here. Okay, that's the keys. It's a shelf support. It's a shelf support. Okay, this is a shelf support, and this right here is just a washer. It's a rubber washer, and then we just we put some wood filling where the hole was at, and then we put a sticker, and that was the key that I created. So the key, just so you have an idea, this is where the key goes, just like that. And you can see the ball falls in, the ball falls right into the key, and it keeps the ball where it's supposed to be. And when you remove the key, the ball drops to the next key, and then all the way until it gets to the bottom. And that's the keys. All 25 keys, 125 on all 5 tubes, with 5 keys per each tube. So you look at your screen, the keys, there are 25 keys for each player numbered 1 through 25 in 2 different colors, and are the key components to playing this game. When keys are inserted, 5 number combinations are created on each tube. Once this is done, balls can be inserted thereafter, and the game can begin. So basically, once you've inserted the keys into the 5 tubes provided with 5 keys per each tube, you've created the combinations for those tubes, and then you could afterwards drop in all 5 balls, like I mentioned before, through the entry holes. Okay, so talking about the balls, that's the next and the last thing we're going to be talking about as far as features of the game. And the balls, let me just show you. Okay, so the balls, it's just marbles. Yeah. 4 black and 1 green. They are marbles that you can buy anywhere, and we're going to talk about the size that you need to get later on. And you can get any kind of marbles you want. That was the ones that I thought of. It seems to work, and you can get them anywhere, really. And the balls are inserted right here, so that you know. I think we talked about that earlier. Okay, you got 5 entry holes right here. You're gonna put 4 black balls and 1 green ball, but you can put the green ball anywhere you want. That's up to you. Obviously, you're gonna put it in the most difficult combination you think you've created for your opponent and drop it right in there. Okay, so that's the balls right on top. Okay, so now if you look at your screen, you see the balls. There are 5 balls for each player. 4 black, 1 green, with the green ball being the money ball. Also key components of playing this game. Once both players have inserted the 25 keys, the 5 balls can be inserted and the game can begin. Again, you know, it's just, you know, creating everything that you've designed and making it so that people understand it the best way you know how to explain it. And that's all that I'm trying to do right here, is to give you guys as much information about each feature so that you know a lot about what you are building and what you are putting together, and when you learn how to play the game, you see how everything works together, and that's the excitement that you get when you play this game. I've never seen anyone in my experience from playing this game with my kids and with my family and with my wife, of anyone unlocking the money ball in 5 tries. That's like winning Take 5. You know, you get in your first 5 numbers you pick are the 5 numbers that come out. That's never happened. It usually takes between 18 to 22 tries before we actually unlock it. That's how difficult it is. Even though it's a guessing game, it's a difficult game to unlock. And the challenge here is guessing. You're guessing with your opponent, but the challenge here is who can guess and unlock the money ball first, and that's where the fun comes in. Who can do it first? So as much as you look at this game and say, well, it's just a guessing game, you just pull out keys. There's no strategy to it. There isn't no strategy. It's just trying to figure out what combination is unlocking the green ball. But the excitement that comes with this game is who can unlock it first. That's where the fun is at. Okay? And when you're playing this game, you realize that, you know, especially when you win and you're excited that you won, you know what I'm talking about. And when you lose and you're disappointed that you lost, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, you know, there's definitely fun to this game. My mother really loved this game, and she was 68 when she was playing with it. So there's a lot of excitement that comes with this game. Trust me, there is. Just a shame that no one was interested. But now you guys get to build it and have it in your home, and then you guys tell me what you think. I'm excited to hear what you guys think about this game. Again, you know, you're not hurting my feelings if you don't like the game. Obviously, it's not a game that you're interested in, or just a game that you don't think is fun. It's totally cool. I still want to hear that. I want to hear what you guys think. I'm totally cool with that. Like I said, my games have been buried, okay? They can't get any more insulting than that. Unfortunately, they can't get any more deeper than that, okay? So from this point on, it's all about seeing where it could go from down under, and hopefully we get it at least above ground. So yeah, definitely tell me what you guys think. If you guys think it's a fun game, interested in building it. I'm curious to know all that, man. Curious to know not only what you think, but how many of you guys out there are willing to build it, and how many are you actually building it with me as the week goes along. So definitely, like I said, subscribe. So important. That way I know what, you know, what audience I'm feeding off of. That's also an adrenaline for me. I get excited about that, knowing that people are interested, that people are building it. It's just, I don't know. It's just an excitement that I get knowing that people out there are building my game. I will get a kick out of that. So definitely let me know. Hit me up if you have questions. I have answers. Hopefully I can answer a general question. I can answer many people's questions. And if not, message me and I hit you up one-on-one. Yeah, and you know, like I said, you know, I'm curious to know. So that's it. You know, we just learned the features of the game. That was episode 2. Okay, learning about the features. I'm super excited about that because episode 3 is coming up. That's learning how to play the game, and then we know what comes after that. It comes building the game. So we're getting closer and closer, and I'm super excited about that. So again, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for just being a part of, you know, what I'm trying to do right here. And like I said, you know, those of you that are interested and building it, let's do it. Let's have fun. All right, guys. All right, so thank you so much again for watching. The next video coming up, we'll be talking about the features of the game, and then it'll be a weekly show where we're gonna every week build different part of the game so that I could get feedback or answer questions as we go along. Um, um, these first 3 videos, it's just it's consecutive. Um, it's just me, talking about the game and getting you guys familiar with the game, and that's it. And then we're gonna go on a weekly basis. All right, guys. So definitely tune into the next video. It's coming up next, and learn how to play the game. Take care. Bye.